One man has it all, the other plans to take it all. An undisputed champion, a fiercely determined challenger. Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall, welcome. Boys, welcome. Josh, February the 26th, set to be a special occasion.
Yeah, can't wait. You know, first time boxing at home since 2019, since I boxed Ivan Barancek just about 3 years ago now. So, yeah, the last couple of years has obviously been a bit quiet. You know, had 2 fights in 2 years, and one behind completely closed doors and one behind restricted closed doors. So, limited crowd. So, getting back to Glasgow, full capacity crowd, and being in front of a crowd again, which is what I love. Born for it, so I can't wait.
Top dog. How's that feel?
Feels good, you know, and I'm going to be staying here for a long time, you know. So no intentions going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, feeling good, mate.
It's a massive, massive title. There's a lot of pressure with that.
I don't feel any pressure, you know. I think I was born to perform on this level, you know. Even since I was a little kid, I was always saying I'm going to be a world champion at things and performing in front of crowds. If anything, for me, the lockdown was harder for me because it was in empty arenas. I love performing in front of a crowd, whether it be for me or against me. I love it full stop. So yeah, I can't wait to get back into Glasgow and back to the Hydro. It's amazing.
Jack, on your toes, biggest moment in your life?
Big opportunity for me. Been waiting for this for a long time. People forget that we're in this position because I stepped aside to allow Josh to go out to America and fight for all the belts. So this is the fight that I've wanted, and we're here now.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah. I've been ready for this.
How long have you wanted this?
I went and watched Josh fight in 2019 at the Hydro. I've been wanting to fight the top boys. Josh has gone and cleared up the division, so I'm fighting the top boy, and I'm ready for him.
What do you think of that? Is he ready?
I think so. He wants. Yeah, I can think. Obviously, he's going to say that. He's going to sit here and say that. But I know he's got self-doubts. I know he's got the self-doubts. He hasn't boxed anywhere near the level that I've boxed at. You haven't boxed anywhere near the level that I've boxed at.
That's true.
You've not fought anybody at world level. You've probably not sparred anybody at world level recently. You're not sparring anybody at world level at the minute. I know that. So yeah, I don't think you're ready. You don't really believe that.
Well, I believe you was the one who postponed the fight.
Yeah, I had injuries, mate. I'm not going to go into a fight with an injury, am I?
Injuries.
You're going to go into a fight with an injury?
Did you have injuries? Did you have injuries?
Do you want to fight an injured Josh Taylor?
Did you go in?
And then,
have you got an injury?
Do you want to fight an injured Josh Taylor and then have an excuse me saying, well, you fought an injured Josh Taylor?
There's no excuses on my behalf.
Well, see, and this time,
that's fine.
Well, this time, I'm fully fit. You're getting
Sweet,
the fullest,
and that's what I want.
fittest, best Josh Taylor.
That's
so
what I
there
want.
You go, and you've got no
Sweet.
chance. So why are you trying to make an excuse?
No, you said it. I'm just saying you postponed the fight. I want this
because
fight.
I was injured, you clown.
All right, all right.
Right, next one.
Josh, this man here looking at you, talking to you now, look in your eyes, he wants to take everything you've worked for. How does that make you feel?
Doesn't make me feel anything. I know he's not getting anywhere near the belts. I don't believe he's got what it takes to win this fight. I don't see any way how he can beat me unless he catches me with a big shot. His big left swinging hand, his best shot.
But he's got nothing to lose.
He's got nothing to lose, but who cares?
Doesn't worry you at all?
No, it doesn't worry me, because I've got things that I want to do. He's standing in the way of it, so I've got to make sure that he gets nowhere near what I want to do. And he's a threat to what I want to do, so I've got to take care of him.
You bring a massive night of boxing back to Scotland. You looking forward to hearing the anthem?
Can't wait, you know, can't wait. Like I said, I love performing in front of a crowd, whether it's for me or against me. So, yeah, I can't wait, Johnny. Get back in that Hydro and full crowd. Listen to Flower of Scotland, and obviously, God save the Queen for him. And you know, it's going to be amazing.
You like that rivalry, Scotland v England?
I just like rivalry. End of. You know, I just like having a challenge. You know, I don't think this fight is dubbed as Scotland versus England. You know, because I've got a huge fan base for all over the UK. You know, so I'm not seeing this as Scotland versus England. You know, I'm seeing it's two fighters at the top of the game challenging one another.
But it does make it more tasty, Scotland v
It does
England.
make it more tasty. It's got the old enemy thing, but I'm not seeing it like that. You know, I've got great fans all over the country. You know, I've got loads of people travelling up from England to come and support me. So, yeah, it's not really Scotland versus England then, is it?
Jack, you know what? I've boxed all over the world, and sometimes when you're in someone's backyard, it can be hostile, very, very hostile. And I know Scotland's one of those places. You ready for that? Can you handle that?
Of course, I've said it before. I've been, not on this magnitude, but I've been to the back gardens before. I've always felt like the away fighter, so this will be no different. And I'm expecting the worst, the boos, I'm expecting all of that, but that comes with the job I've got to do.
Have you visualised it? Have you ever been in that situation? Are you prepared for that?
I guess not. I've never been in a position walking to the ring with thousands of fans booing against you, but I'd like to think I've got thick skin, and this is not just 10, 12 weeks of training camp. This is my career leading to this night, so I'll be ready come February.
Josh, you're at the top of your tree. When you look in this man's eyes, you know if a man's got it or not. Do you think he can take that heat? Will he be intimidated when he walks out there?
We'll find out. We'll find out on February 26th, but I don't think when we get out there in that ring, I'm standing across from him, he knows he's in with a world-class fighter, and he's only got one chance of really beating me, is coming out and trying to put it on me straight away from the start. That's the only chance he's got.
What's your gut telling you about this man in front of you?
What do you mean?
Can he be intimidated? By you, by the crowd, by the occasion?
I don't know. The occasion might get to him, I don't know. You don't know, you need to ask him. But, you know, I just know he's got nervous energy, and in these first couple of rounds, that's his best chance to do it.
Can you?
Definitely. I guess we'll never know until it comes to February 26th, but I'll be ready to go up there and put everything into this fight.
Jack, tell me about your boxing journey.
It's been a long journey, and I started off on the small hall shows. I think Josh won the Commonwealth, and his careers went a lot faster than mine did quite soon. I come up on the small hall shows and had to earn my stripes along the way. These last couple of years have been frustrating. I've been wanting to challenge for the world titles and kick on with my career. Luckily, I turned professional quite early at 19, and I've not got many miles on the clock, but now it's time for me to kick on and fight the best boys in the division and challenge for these world titles.
You're a dad now.
Yeah.
Is that a newfound motivation, make you hungry?
I was highly motivated anyway. That's more motivation than I've ever needed.
Is that what's driving you?
Definitely, I've got a family to provide for now. It's not just for me. It's for my missus, my daughter, my family, my brothers and sisters, so it's all on the line.
Your trainer, an old friend of mine, Jamie Moore, tells us about your work ethic being second to none. Is he right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what he said. I'm in the gym day in, day out. That's where I feel comfortable, in the gym. That's it. I think mentally as well, I feel better in myself and my body, physically, mentally, staying in the gym, not killing it all the time, but that's my happy place.
You seem like a nice guy. Have you got that switch? Have you got that streak of nasty in you, what it takes to get rid of something like this?
Of course, yeah, I've had 26 fights now. I've come for all them tests, so I've obviously got to have the switch.
What tests?
What test? Well, I've been British champion.
What
Beat
tests?
undefeated fighters like yourself.
What tests?
What do you mean, what test?
Who's your best opponent?
There's been a few good opponents.
Who's your best one?
Will you be the best one when I beat you?
But you're not going to beat me. You don't get any more chance.
All right.
I'm going to get a chance to beat me.
We'll see.
You're big left hand. You're big.
Is that all you think I've got, a big left hand?
Yeah, you've got other things, but I'm not going to give it away. But you're going to be looking for that big left hand, getting patient, bang, and you're going to walk into a shot.
Okay.
Will he be the best man you've ever got in the ring with in regards to sparring, in regards to fighting? Is that what you're saying?
Josh will be the best challenge professionally, but not in sparring.
Who was there?
Was sparring Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather, Khan, Brook, a list of them.
Do you not put him up there with him?
He's on his way to that, but I'm going to stop that come February.
How?
By beating you.
How are you going to beat me?
Well, we're not going to go into details, are we? But I can
you
beat
didn't
you.
need to go into details. I couldn't care about the details. Tell me how you're going to beat me.
I'm going to beat you. Period.
By how you
Can you tell him how you're going to beat him?
I know I'm going to beat him.
How?
I'll do everything better than him. Everything better than him.
All right. We'll see.
How are you going to be? You're going to outfight me? I don't think you're going to outfight me.
I can outfight you.
Can you outbox me?
Of course I can outbox
100% you can outbox me. How are you going to beat me?
I'm going to outbox you, outfight you.
You're going to outbox me?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's put yourself on a pedestal up here.
I just don't see how you can beat me.
I don't see how you can beat me, period.
All right, okay. Yeah.
There's one thing we do know. You've got that nasty streak. You know he's got that nasty streak. You can match that.
Yeah. I don't have to match his nasty streak. I just beat him by being me.
Is that right?
Beat him by being you. That's anybody can say that.
All right.
Beat me by being you. What's you then? What's you? What
Well,
can
I
you
know
do
I can
that you can do
outbox you,
better than me?
definitely.
Aye, right.
We'll see.
You're all right then. If it comes to a
You're in
boxing
for a long
match,
night.
it's a shutout for me.
Okay, we'll see.
And if you come to fight, no chance. If you come and meet me in that middle of that ring, you're going to sleep.
That's where his downfall is. He's too hot-headed.
Too hot-headed.
That's what you think, yeah. That's what you think. I'm more controlled and got more self-discipline you ever know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen to Jack talk. We've got a hugely motivated underdog in front of you.
I know he's motivated. When
enough?
I was in his position, I was motivated. You'd have to be some kind of idiot for not to be motivated to have a shot at this kind of title. So of course I know he's motivated. You've got to be. There's no point in getting in the ring.
You offered him the belts at the press conference.
Yeah.
What was that about? Did you mean it?
No, I've been friendly and civil. You know, just come and hold their belts because that's the only chance he's going to get.
So it wasn't mind games like you do with a fan. Here, have
No,
a
I
touch
don't
of the
mind
belt,
games.
sign this on.
No mind games. Why do I want to play mind games 10 weeks out from a fight? So have a shot at the belts, get a photo time with them while you can, and that's it.
What did you think, Jack? when
Didn't
you
make
did that?
nothing of it. I'm all right. He offered me the belt, said, sweet, I'll collect him in February.
Oh. Sharp and smart answer.
If he doesn't believe in himself, there's no point in turning up. But I don't know if he really believes if he can win.
Jack, have you had that gut check before? February 26th. Have you had that gut? Because it's going to be a gut check.
If you mean I've been in the ring and where it's been hard, it's been difficult
Yeah.
at times, but I don't know, we'll see come February. I mean, Josh is the boy that I've wanted to fight, and I've got that fight now, so we'll see come February.
How are you going to react when it gets tough in this fight? Because it will, for both fighters. How are you going to react when it does get
Of course it
tough?
will. I know deep down that I've ticked every box, I've done everything in my power that I can control to go out there and be fit and strong and fight and box for 12 rounds.
Has he got it in him? Has he got that gut check? Do you think you'll be able to pass that test?
I don't think he's had a gut check. Every fight, after every fight, you're saying, oh, it wasn't my best performance, you know, it was good just to get the rounds in. Oh, aye, but come on, mate. It's every fight you're saying that after your fights. Oh, it wasn't my best performance, just too good to get the rounds in. That's all you've got. So, again, it's going to be, what's it going to be after this one? What's going to be after this one? Oh,
excuses come February.
Beat by the better man, that's what you're going to be saying.
I've said it a few times, Josh has had the opportunities that I've been denied. There'll be no excuses come February at all.
Well, good.
You'll be fighting the best version of me.
Good. And that's why I postponed the fight the last time, because you're getting the best version of me.
Good then.
Do you think he's got it in him to go to the places you've been? Do you think he's got that?
We'll find out. I'm certainly going to test him, that's for sure. And we'll find out if he's got it.
But deep down, when you're training, when you're fighting, when you're assessing the character of the fighter in front of you, what do you think? Do you think he's got that? Do you think you'll break him? Mentally,
I can break
physically?
him, yeah, I can break him down in all sorts of ways. Yeah, all sorts of ways I can break him down. Yeah, 100%.
Josh, the injuries you've had, done, dusted?
Done, dusted, and he's gone good as gold. Back to doing everything flat out. So yeah, good, great.
Is that an advantage for you, the injuries he's had?
I won't say it's an advantage. Like Josh said, then there'll be no excuses on his half. So I'm fighting the best version of Josh Taylor.
And that's the guy you want to fight.
That's the
best
guy I
version.
want to fight. Josh is the guy I wanted to fight. I was there supporting his fight against Ramirez. He'll tell you that himself. I wanted him to win so we could get this fight on.
You've had some serious battles, and most people from the outside looking in will think they're going to take its toll on you.
Definitely not. But I've had one big battle with my big eye, which was through head clashes rather than punches. So I've not taken much damage at all in my career, to be honest. You know, the pro-grade one was from head clashes. That's it. Is that the fight you're talking about?
Ramirez as well. They were tough fights.
Ramirez wasn't a tough fight. Ramirez was an easy fight. I cruised that fight. That whole fight, I was in total control. I didn't have to step up. In fact, from round 7, round 8, I actually had to ease off. My hands were killing me.
I look at you and I look at what you've achieved, and officially you're the top of the tree. You've done everything. What is it? And a lot of fighters, when they get there, they become complacent. It's hard to still have the same hunger, desire to carry on achieving. What is it in you that gives you that same hunger, that same desire, that same intimidation about you?
My competitiveness, my will to win. I'm fiercely competitive. You know, my will to win is second to none. You know, even after all I've achieved, I'm still hungry and got the desire to achieve more in the sport. I want to go on and retrieve great things in the sport.
You're not looking past him, are you?
In my hell, no, I'd be a fool. I'd be a fool to look past him. He's a good fighter. He's skilled. He's talented. Why would I look past Jack Catterall? I'd be an idiot.
What holes have you seen in his game?
There's been a few. I think I touched on it earlier. It's his temperament. Sometimes I see him getting dragged into fights that he probably doesn't need to get dragged into, and that's just one of the things we've seen.
Give me something else.
Give me something else. His defence ain't the greatest.
Neither is yours.
Yeah?
Neither is yours.
We'll see.
How can you exploit it? You've seen it. How can you exploit these holes?
It'll be hard to get him to come have a fight in Glasgow, so I think there we go. I think he's going to jump in and make mistakes straight away.
So that's what you're banking on, my temperament.
Yeah, we'll see.
Me coming to have a fight.
Are you going to shock people with the game plan you and Jamie have, getting into this?
I think so. I think there'll be a lot of shocked people, certainly not from my team, but there'll be a lot of shocked people around the world after this fight.
There's so many big fights on the horizon. You know, I know you don't want to look past him, but are you? Have you got one eye on?
Of course not. Of course not, because he's standing in the way of it. He's standing in the way of what I want to do in sport. So if I don't get through Jack Catterall, these fights for me that I want to do are then put way back. He's in line for it, isn't he?
There's huge plans being made for him. What do you think about that?
That don't matter to me. That the Josh's plans.
You could take his place if you get through.
I'm not looking past February 26th. No other fight matters at the moment apart from Josh Taylor. He's the enemy, and that's it.
What's the message to the people overlooking you?
There's no message. Tune in February. I'm going to come up to Scotland and beat Josh.
In his own backyard?
In his own backyard. Just another one of the upsets of this last year.
Tell me how you beat him. Let's get stuck into it.
I know how I'm going to beat him. I'm going to outbox him for one. And if he wants to have a fight and come be aggressive and coming forward, he's walking into big shots. He's walking into big shots and he's hitting the canvas.
Is he a better boxer or better fighter? Say if
It's impossible for me to answer that right now, but I guess we'll find out.
What does he do good? If you were a fan and you weren't fighting him, what does he do good?
There's a lot of things good.
Give me a couple.
There's a lot of things good. He knows he does a lot of things good.
But not in your league.
But I don't think he's as good as what I am, but I have to go and prove that on February 26th, though. I have to go and prove it. I'll do it talking with my fists, and I'm going to do it on February 26th.
Jack, look at him. Tell him how you're going to beat him.
I'm going to come to Scotland. I believe I can outbox Josh. I believe if he wants to come and have a fight in the middle of the ring, that'll be his big downfall.
Do you think you can outfight me?
I think it'll be a big mistake if you think you can come and stand in the middle of that ring and have a fight.
Have a middle of fight with me.
Definitely,
in the middle of the ring.
100%.
You think you can outfight me as well?
100%.
Right, okay. You're dreaming now. Know how low you keep your hands.
Okay.
In defence is...
Josh, is he for real? You've listened to him today. Is he for real?
Don't know, I couldn't care if he's for real or not.
I've seen fighters hustled and talked into changing their game plan. And what it tells me, if you're thinking about boxing, you're not going to box because you're going to try and prove to him that you can stand there in the middle of the ring.
I know.
Does whatever he said change your game plan?
I know I can fight. We'll see what happens with the way he comes out the fight. That's the way I'll adjust and I'll find the way to win. I know how to beat him.
So you beat him in every department?
Yeah, I think I do, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Has it gone up a notch in your mind? You've listened to what he's had to say today?
Josh knows what I'm about. I'm not a big talker. This is just part of the game. Like, he knows I'm in Manchester preparing for the best Josh Taylor, the Josh Taylor that can box me ears off, the Josh Taylor that can come have a fight. I'll be ready for everything. And like Josh said, until that first bell goes, nobody knows what's going to happen.
What about the dream of holding those belts? Have you dreamt it? Have you looked that far ahead?
Yeah,
have you gone down that line?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I was meant to be fighting for the one belt 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And it's come tenfold for me now. I get to fight for all of them. So, of course, I've visualised it. That's all that's been in my mind, is coming up and having a right turn up with Josh and taking all them belts.
Tell Josh what it'll feel like holding those belts.
Well, for me, it's going to feel amazing. It's going to be a relief. It's going to be everything and more.
Good.
Is that ever going to happen on your watch?
It's not going to happen on my watch. No, it's a good fantasy of us, a good dream to have, and that's all it's going to be.
Boys, this has been respectful. Pretty cool. We get the handshake.
We'll not do the Frotch Groves.
No, I'm not doing that one, no.
It's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure, lads.
Thank you.
Sweet. Nice one, boys. Thank you.
Just waiting for a final thumbs up, guys. Clear.
What time is it?
It's 1:45.
Rush hour.
Well, if you're going to try and box me, then easy night.
Yeah, you
Easy
think?
night, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Easy night.